The world, and all of us in it, face pressing global challenges. A growing population with increasing demand for food, especially protein, but less land to grow our crops on. A changing climate, soil deterioration, and water scarcity, which challenges agricultural practices. An excessive waste across the food value chain, only to name a few.
We are in a key position to bridge supply and demand gaps and connect consumers with farmers. But as industry leaders, we also have a responsibility to achieve this with as little environmental impact as possible.
At LDC, we take our responsibility to communities and the environment as seriously as we do to the people who work with us. This is reflected in how we approach sustainability in the context of our business, leveraging our scale and position to effect positive change.
We are committed to addressing the global challenge of food supply while investing in and protecting local economies, communities, and biodiversity wherever we operate for future generations.
The challenge is to use limited resources efficiently and responsibly. This is part of our day-to-day, and as any business will tell you, doing so successfully is a clear indicator of strong performance. In this sense, preserving increasingly scarce resources, including land, water, and forests, is not just a matter of sustainability. It makes business sense, and it makes common sense.
And it's just as true for global businesses like LDC as it is for actors in and beyond the food supply chain. Farmers, agricultural input companies, suppliers, partners, customers, but also investors, NGOs, civil society. Only by working hand in hand will reap the collective rewards of responsible business practices. That's why we favor multi-stakeholder partnerships in our sustainability efforts, working to find shared solutions for common challenges. For example, as part of the Soft Commodities Forum at the World Business Council for Sustainable Development.
Successful change towards more responsible production requires a culture and program around sustainability, but also a collaborative approach. We want to engage our soy business partners at both origination and destination, but also investors, peers, and civil society groups for a positive and meaningful impact for all soy supply chain stakeholders.
Understanding complex ecosystems and impacts, changing what happens across our value chains is impossible without collaboration. So whether relying on the expertise of others or discussing policies and challenges with our multiple stakeholders, we need and want to engage as widely as we can.
In our soy business, the approach is the same. We must work with key partners to protect communities and biodiversity. We must engage with producers and financial institutions to encourage sustainable land use, with experts and regulatory organizations to establish certified supply chains, and with customers to meet increasing demand for responsibly produced soy.
Our soy sustainability policy outlines LDC's commitments to addressing these challenges and a set of principles that we also invite our stakeholders to comply with. We believe there is enough alternative land, such as existing pasture, to enable soy production to continue expanding without clearing land of forests or native vegetation. Working with the financial community, we will make the best effort to offer the right incentives to encourage sustainable expansion and development. We also want to work with partners and suppliers to ensure our activities respect designated protected areas, protecting local communities and wildlife.
As a leader in agribusiness, Louis Dreyfus Company has a key role to play in addressing these challenges, working towards the shared Sustainable Development Goals set out by the United Nations in 2015. Among these goals, we really believe that working together towards all the other goals is the most important, because just as we all face the same challenges, we can only address them if we work together.
Working with various supply chain partners and expert organizations is essential to our collective sustainability efforts. We simply cannot succeed in driving change without collaboration. It will take all of us to make a difference.